And we seen a public outing by him. This is him supposedly in Houston today.
Hey, Swear, let's go. To the 6-6. Hey, man. Sunday campground shit. Let's go get into it. You know what they want to hear.
Now, of course, you can imagine they're not playing not like us here, right? This is Houston. This is almost like a second home to him. I don't know. I think Jay Prince Jr. was in the building with him, but they're showing a lot of love. They're playing, his songs. They're playing the joint with him and what Sexy Red and is that SZA? It's kind of weird because there's a lot of rappers, whatever, but like I feel like people look at Drake Loman's like he's a fucking alien. Like even this recording is like, oh, just look at him.
I see this
Chubbs, of course, there in the cut. Love deep inside. Okay, anyway. And apparently Kodak was at that same party as well. I forgot that Kodak and Drake had like some little like Kodak Drake beef. Like what was that beef about? Drake dissed Kodak on Utopia? Did he? So wait, there was a Kodak diss on what? So I'll give you spark notes. You'd have to be from City on say Drake is closely affiliated with Pressa. Oh, okay. Oh. Let's see. Drake meltdown lyrics. How do you diss Kodak? Let me see. You want to talk to the cops on some therapy shit. You act like you love this American shit, but truth is, no, okay, that's not him. Where the hell is he this? Oh. He says, you lucky that Vogue was suing because I would have been with the Wassas in Paris and shit. Ah, okay. So if you don't know, like I think most of y'all kind of good with context clues. Allegedly, when Kodak got shot, one of the people who shot him supposedly was from Press's camp, right? Like this is kind of like known, right? So that was an issue, right? So somebody from Press's camp supposedly shot Kodak allegedly, and Kodak went to Vogue show in Paris. I think it was Paris Fashion Week, and Kodak was modeling or performing, and the Wassas was in the building. So that's Press's crew. So I think a lot of people, there was like a little type of little like online people getting that shit saying, "Yo, how could you perform in front of the dudes who are cool with the guys who shot you?" type shit, right? And so I'll show you that video. So I guess Drake mentioning that event, cool. He's clearly cool with the Wassas. People are like, "Yo, are you trolling Kodak?" Right? Kodak performed Paris Vogue. Yeah, he was actually recorded, and he was being laughed at by the Wassas who were actually recording him. Let me see if I could. Pressa. If you type Pressa, you'll see they were taunting him.
We also love him.
Okay.
Again, listen, niggas. If
okay, this is them taunting. Yeah, so like I think so he walked the fashion show and I think he he performed afterwards. And where's the other part? There's the other part where they're like laughing type shit. Oh, right here.
Man, what's up, YouTube? We got Kodak Black and Pressa-Kodak, and Pressa-Kodak pulled up front row at Kodak Black show in Paris. Basically, let them know we right here. If you want to do something, you can do something. Watch this.
So I think this is YG right here, and
Man, look like Kodak Black kind of peeped him a little bit, but kept his composure.
yeah, I mean, hey, what you gonna do? Like, start fighting that Vogue's Paris Fashion Week shit? You know, now some people like, oh yeah, you're supposed to like be gangster everywhere, but yeah. So I think that's what they were talking about. They think Drake was mentioning when he says, "You lucky that Vogue was suing because I would have been with the Wasses in Paris and shit." And I guess they think that's a diss towards Kodak. I guess. Well. But I think Pusha was there too. Yeah, I think Pusha attended Pharrell's show. Yeah, whatever. Where's the Drake and Kodak beef at though? Drake Kodak beef. What else are they beefing over? Wait,
you trying to sue me?
They're not really beefing, are they? Hey, chat, they're not really. So, I've talked to Kodak about this Drake thing. Like, they weren't even that. Like, at least 2 years ago, they weren't beefing because you know Drake sent Kodak a beat, right? Okay, no, I think he did diss him in like a rant. Kodak dissed him in a rant, right? Kodak dissed Drake. Yeah, he dissed him like in a rant, like something. Oh, is it this?
So Kodak last November made
Supposed to been did a whole album. I had told Drake I ain't want to do no collab, like no songs or no album, cause we supposed to been did a whole album together before him and Lil Buddy. Before him and Lil Buddy did that shit.
Word.
Yeah. I had told him I wanted to wait like 2023, like after February.
Kodak Black and 21 Savage butted heads last year after the latter claimed that he could be any of his.
Oh, and then he had dissed. Oh, because the 21 Savage thing too.
2022.
I forgot. That's kind of interesting. You want me to give you some more context to this? So, you know, I've talked to Kodak about this. It was weird. So, there was a time that Kodak actually got a beat from Drake, right? So, Kodak had a beat from Drake. Let me go back. Where's the beat? Kodak. I just want to play you it before. Drake had sent him a beat. Right here.
Fuck with this beat here, and Drake just saying, man, trying to put a hook to it. I don't want to do. Not a bit, I'm about to come up from shit like never cut my ice, whatever that wrong. Mango on the right, like a metro.
Okay, so Drake was sending the music 2 years ago. So you want me to give the breakdown of what I've seen with this, and I've talked to Kodak a little bit. I'm not saying I speak for him, so anytime I'm gonna give y'all exclusive information or privileged information, I'm not speaking for these niggas. I'm telling you what I've known, and there might be other things. I'm gonna only know what I know. Okay, so Kodak he's always been very interested with his relationship with Drake. Because you know what they're saying about Drake now? Kodak, I felt like, was early with. So, you know, they'll be like, oh, yeah, Drake is, you know, just kind of like going to artist, but it's for his own relevance and like his own, you know, trying to keep his own career afloat because he wants to be the best and he's used people or whatever the case is. So we all know that. Remember when Kodak was supposed to, or remember when Drake was on the jet dancing to like, I think it was either Skrilla or one of Kodak's songs, and Kodak was just like, I forgot what he had said about it. He just said he didn't give a fuck about, like, you know, Drake-Kodak dancing like, what did he say about it? Yeah, he was dancing to this. Yeah, right. So this happened, and then remember also Earl Sweatshirt had said Drake was a culture vulture for dancing to Kodak's music, right? Now Kodak had actually commented on that. And by the way, let me see if I can find it. Kodak back in the studio. Where is that? Kodak on Why You Pass.
So I'm direct with
Here we
you.
go.
Put me away. You know what I'm saying?
Here we go.
You trying to show me you put me away. You know what I'm saying? So I'm direct with it. So if you trying to show me that you with me, call me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, and before one of these, because I watch a lot of these channels or whatever that do these little, they make it mad cinematic, and they're like, yo, why Kodak doesn't like Drake? Before y'all do that and y'all take all this from my stream, give me some motherfucking credit. Actually, I don't care. But anyway, so Kodak had said, yo, you trying to show me you fuck with me or whatever the case is. And then all we know is that later on, Drake and Kodak, they were supposed to do some music, never happened. Kodak was kind of getting upset. Then Drake sent Kodak like $500K in like Bitcoin. Like Drake, Kodak, Bitcoin. Yeah.
That shit, but the other week, that nigga sent me, bitch, $250,000 on. Me and my brother Lance, we in the car and shit. This nigga text me like, you got Bitcoin? I'm like, nah. He was like, set up a Bitcoin wallet. So this shit. Like, I'm like, okay, bitch, I'm putting two and two together. That's 4. I said, I'm gonna do that right now. I set up the Bitcoin wallet and shit. The hell was like, yeah, man, make sure the email right and the numbers. So when I send it, I'm like, send it. I'm like, hold on, boy, what you got going on? What you about to do? I'm like, what you about to do? That fuck nigga sent me with 6.6 coins. I mean, and at the time, the shit was like 32,000 a coin.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. And then over time, the coins got up to like 40 bands a coin. So then that shit came in like, it's really like 300,000 in my Bitcoin.
Okay, so Drake sent him money. And I think that made him was like, all right, yo, I'm not about to go, I'm not about to keep wilding on Drake. But he was starting to get a little upset with Drake. Now, I've talked to Kodak about it. This is what Kodak told me, which was kind of really interesting. I've never heard an artist say this about Drake. It's nothing too bad, but he was just like, he said to me, he said, and this is after this beat shit, right? Like, so, him and Drake shared, Drake sent him some beats and third. He says, and this is around the time with the 21 Savage shit, because I was asking him, he's like, yo, because he kept saying, yo, little buddy, he's talking about 21, he said, 21 feel big-headed because he working with Drake. And he's like, yo, yeah, that nigga Drake, like, Drake moved different. He just moved different type shit. And I was just like, damn, why don't you and Drake never drop nothing? And he said something to me. He said, yo, me and Drake got songs. He said, but Drake want me to put it out. And I'm like, nah, nigga, you put out, just like how you put out that album with Savage, why don't you put it out? And that was kind of odd to me. I was like, wait. It was kind of like Kodak was just like, Drake does that, right? He'll just send you the song. Like, Block Boy JB put out that song, right? Like, right? He'll give you the song, but I don't know if that's part of his strategy where he's like, I'm going to look lit. I killed the verse or whatever, but I ain't going to put it out. I'm going to just like chill in the back. Like, that's for you to put out. And Kodak, for whatever reason, he was just like, yeah, I got songs with Drake, but Drake want me to put it out. And I'm like, nah, you put shit out with Savage. Why you don't want to just put it out with me? You know what I mean? And I was just like, well, that's kind of interesting. Because I don't think anybody looks at Drake's features as that. I think if Drake sent anybody a song, nobody gonna look at Drake and be like, nigga, all right, cool, we did a song, Drake, you put it out. They're just gonna be like, oh, thanks, I'm going with this. Which was kind of odd, but it kind of shows that Kodak, he's a little different in how he views shit. Because, of course, if he dropped a track with Drake, it still would do some shit. But for whatever reason, he feels like, nah, nigga, you should put it out. And I think that's, like, interesting because it's like, when people try to accuse Drake of using an artist, that might be part of it, where it's like, yo, I'll have French release it. I'll have this person release it. I'll have this person release it. And until my album comes, I'm just doing stimmies. I'm doing stimulus packages. Optically, it just looks doper, right? Because if Drake releases it, it now seems like it's a single. Like, for example, if Drake did some shit with was it Drake the Ruler or I mean even Betty the Butcher, right? And it's like when they put it out, if it don't really hit like we normally know Drake songs to hit, all right, whatever. Yeah, it's dope, whatever. It's like a hidden gem. But if Drake was supposed to drop it, we look at it like it's a single. So we have expectations of it, right? So I guess maybe Kodak's looking at it like that to say, nah, nigga, if you believe in that record so much or you believe in these records, nigga, you put it out. And I don't think Drake hears that a lot. I don't think nobody's telling Drake like, nah, nigga, you put it out. Like, what the fuck is the hell, nigga? Like, niggas are usually just glad I have my voice on the track. The hell are you talking about? I think that's kind of smart, but, you know, it's only smart if you're Kodak. Like, Kodak is just a legend. You know what I mean? Obviously, a Drake feature could get him a hit, but he already has a million other hits. So it's like, you know, I think it's actually a smart thing for him because that doesn't outshine his shit, right? It doesn't put him in the bucket of, oh, like, because, you know, optically, it does look away, right? Say you an artist, like, say Kodak. When was the last Kodak hit? Super Gremlin. If you know, he's dropped other music, you know, he's not whacking none, but like, yo, we waiting for the next hit. We know it's going to come. If he just drops a song with Drake and it's a hit, we might be like, oh, yeah, that nigga needed to go get Drake for the hit. Right? Optically might look like that. Oh, you had to go to Drake to get the hit. Rather than if Drake dropped the song which you featured on it, it looks way different. So I don't know. Maybe I think that's how Kodak's looking at it, if you ask me. Because when he said it to me, I was like, huh, that's interesting. That's kind of odd. But he might be right. He might be right. I've never seen another artist do that though. Basically tell Drake, all right, cool, we've done a record. Nigga, you put it out. Right? Like, nigga, don't tell me to put it out. Right? You put it out. You know? So, anyway. Okay. All right. Anyway, maybe they're now on the best of terms. I don't know. Anyway, Drake showed up to this place in Houston, and apparently Kodak was there, and they weren't in the same section. We didn't see any bad vibes, so here we go.
Man, so Drake and Kodak were both at the same party in Houston. X said that they might have some sort of beef. I don't really know if Kodak and Drake have a beef though, for real. I think Drake has like bigger fish to fry. Like, he has to focus on Kendrick still. Like, I love Kodak, bro, and Kodak is, you feel me, like, first South Florida, he's easily one of the GOATs, like one of the most influential rappers, and like he really helped South Florida a lot. But you can't put a Drake and a Drake and a Kodak Black in the same senses. That's like, it doesn't even sound right, bro. Like, it doesn't even sound like close or right at all. Like, and the thing is, Kodak's probably not even in his right mind majority of the time he's even doing anything. So situations like that, you just gotta leave it be. But another thing I'll say is, bro, Kendrick just got it, I ain't gonna lie. But we just gotta wait and see about everything, boys. It's your boy Big X News. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I am out.